but you're being slapped with such debt. So before you start doing anything, pay this. As that is also going on, we had within our constitution talked of devolving resources authority and all that to help spur development in those areas. Just the 15% alone is becoming a headache to the national government. The governors are there crying, no funds are being transmitted. It's because the government is simply broke. It's broke because the funds which the Auditor General is telling us cannot be traced. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows where they went. Funds are being given to the office of the president, right, where the presidency tells you, no. You should not ask us what we use these funds for.
This is a bit sensitive.
Which kind of accountability is that? Parliament cannot oversight the presidency. Then who will? The NIS, this is also part of the machinery which is captured the state, which is working with those mega multi-billionaire owners of the state called Kenya. They are the same ones who keep, look at Ouko's report of, he indicated, the Auditor General's report, indicated that between March and July of 2017 alone, 3.5 billion Kenya shillings was used by NIS. He wouldn't understand what was the crisis that would require such colossal amounts. But you and me know that partly is part of the resources that were being used to cause confusion within the electoral process. Those were the resources that were being used to bring in, to facilitate the goons who were causing mayhem in a number of places. These were the resources that were being used actually to fuel the campaigns of Jubilee, even when they didn't have any following anywhere at all. You could just see T-shirts being flashed everywhere and people being ferried. The buses that used to... You can now tell where some of those resources came from. So, in other words, the crisis we have in Kenya, I think the diagnosis and the deep analysis that Kenyans themselves can do is so obvious that we have people who have been put in charge but are just looters. I think they are part of what I would call the Looters International. Mm-hmm. These are guys who are in here. All they want to do is to pick as much as possible. They are nothing for the public good. No, nothing in the interest of the common citizen. What they want to do is, it is our time. And the documentary of the John Githongos, it's our turn to eat.
Well, boss,
I think that can depict what we find ourselves in.
Yes, yeah. We are now pressed for time and we've got to wrap up. I'll give you 30 seconds for your final thought. Let me just go through one last comment here as we wrap up. Well, Fidel Castor is saying that the bad thing is when they steal, we say it's our own. Don't touch him. He is one of us. Very well, boss.
A thief is a thief.
Yes.
We are not born of thieves. We single them out. There's no person who steals and say, now we the Luos stole. No one person stole and say, we the Kikuyus do not. Address the case of theft by a servant and deal with it decisively. The other thing, I think that we must also put our pedals very, very strongly, our foot on the pedal very strongly, is on the crisis emerging from that bungled election. I think what is really being done now is to try and calm the situation to the level possible that nobody would ever question anything. The electoral justice agenda must continue being on the table, and this is the only thing that can rally all other Kenyans to come and address it decisively. Before that, I think anybody, even those jumping about, let's talk 2022, let's talk of all this rubbish, I think should not be entertained. You've seen how the nullification of the petitions which have been there. So
yes.
Those nullifications, some have been politically influenced. Particularly, you've seen the Embakasi East. You've
Yes.
seen a number of, but there are those that really require to have been addressed. And I think let them be addressed. But the main bone of contention is electoral justice for the presidential election.
Electoral justice. Thank you very much, Boss
2017.
Waruko. Thank you for joining us and thank you for your very valid comments. Let's keep this conversation going. Thank you for those who contributed on Twitter, at our Twitter handle at NASA Coalition K, and our Facebook page, NASA Coalition K. It's always a pleasure to have this show. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
Thank you.
Very much,
Thank
sir.
you so much for the
Wow.
opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, we just walked across and all that because I realized there was